What is going on, everybody? JV's shaking his head. I have to be honest. I don't think I've actually gotten copyrighted for that little.
I have.
Oh, have you? Okay,
Mhm.
well maybe I'm wrong then. With that being said, welcome. We're late in me because of me, and the shit that I had at work. So we're gonna move on, and we're gonna go right over here to Mr. JV. What's going on, man?
The Rock is a bitch.
I just saw that. Speaking of, no, I kid. What is up, LeftEyeEgo? It's been a while since you've been on, man. It's good to have you on here for this. So welcome. We're gonna talk about a little WWE.
Little
Let's
wrestling.
do it. Thank you guys for bringing me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, it was after we were on a Roman stream. We were talking about toys. And when I said that, I've been covering a lot of WWE stuff because frankly, the WWE is more entertaining than Hollywood right now. So
hmm
Agreed.
and
Yeah.
and you were like, oh yeah. And I'm like, well, Ego, do you want to be on the show?
Tyler
Yeah.
even might try to swing by. He asked me to.
Right.
Yeah, he's asked me to send him the link, so I sent it to him. We'll see if he can make it.
So Ego, just to pre invite, we're gonna probably be doing the show in another 2 weeks, like right before the WrestleMania itself. We will have the full. Hopefully, we'll have the full card ready to go. As that there's still stuff up in the air. You thinking you're gonna be here for that too?
It's in a few weeks, right? Also, in 3-4 weeks. Yeah, I'll probably be available for that. Yeah, just remind me on that. Just remind me.
Got it.
I know it's Saturday and
Roman.
Sunday. It's 2 nights now, right? So yeah,
Yes.
I think I'll be able to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of Roman, let's say hi to the chat. Animaniacs says, "Wish I could watch, but I'll be a guest elsewhere at the same time. Left Eye is an amazing guest, and I hope you guys have an amazing stream. Trust me, he's been on before, and shout out to you in your stream, man. Good luck with that." Caucasian Sasquatch says, "What up? What's up, man? I was on his stream. Was it last night? I think it was last night. I can't remember. That was an interesting show. It was an interesting show. He was doing it in short live stream style. Because apparently he can live stream a short. I don't know.
Interesting. I don't know.
Yeah, it was crazy. Roman of the Empire says, "I don't understand wrestling, but wanted to say hi, you weirdos."
That's right.
Definitely weirdos.
Chat room.
Matt says, "Good evening. What's up? What is up?" So yeah, where do you kind of want to start here, dude?
Well, I'm thinking LeftEyeEgo being the guest, so I'm going to quote Cody Rhodes here. So, what do you want to talk about?
You know what? I actually want to talk about Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. I don't know if we're doing the cards or what. Well, I'm just seeing as the cards are being announced. But
okay, so I can give you what is already confirmed right now, and there are three possible. There are three possible grudge matches that we're going to take.
Yeah.
So right now we're looking at 11 matches over 2 nights. So the ones we have confirmed, of course, is the Eric. We've got the night one Rock and Roman versus Seth and Cody. Just whatever. Okay. Then we got Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre for the WWE World Champions for the World Heavyweight Championship. Roman Cody night 2 for the WWE Championship. We found out Monday that Gunther will be facing Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship, and we can talk about that because Chad Gable kind of got the Liv Morgan treatment there. We got Io Sky versus Bailey for the WWE Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley versus The Man for the WWE Women's World Championship. We got the Judgment Day, which this was also announced on Friday. The Monday. They will be defending the Unified Tag Team Championships in a 6-pack ladder match.
They are doing that.
6 teams, 12 guys, and
Ooh.
I am mixed on this one.
That's a lot.
That's an injury waiting to happen.
Yeah.
It's not confirmed yet, but we've got the most likely thing for the United States Championship. We're gonna have Logan Paul versus Randy Orton. Maybe Kevin Owens will be added into that mix. Jey Uso challenged Jimmy. We all knew that was coming, and that's right, he is. And then we've also got another grudge match: AJ Styles versus LA Knight. Probably.
Oh, okay.
And then we've got Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar. So that's 11 matches right now. They probably need to book about another 3 to 5 to fill two nights. So you want at least so that's at least 7 to 8 matches per night, because you've got this 4 hour, because you've got like a 4 hour time block. And Revenge WrestleMania 40 is gonna pop. I want to believe that. I think the performers are gonna give it their all. However, with all the attention, and The Rock is just sucking all the air out of the room as of right now, this could end up being a very boring WrestleMania.
Man, listen, and the fact that it's gonna be in my second home of Philadelphia, you cannot go weak sauce in Philly. I remember when Roman won the Royal Rumble that year. The Rock had to slide in. They still booed him. Like, do not play with Philly.
They booed them out of the arena.
Yes, I thought it was a terrible idea when I saw them do it. I was like, "What are you doing? Like, why? Like, what the fuck is the point of this?" No, I thought that was a terrible fucking idea. I don't know who thought it was a good idea, what part of creative, but they shouldn't.
No, The Rock. That was The Rock.
I thought it was TKO. I thought it was when that new. It was. You didn't even think, and then put. Oh my god, he's put himself in there.
Yes, because so
wait, in the Royal Rumble?
No. In the Rumble, that was something else. So as Ryan and I talked about this on the day one, kind of the bigger spectacle Monday Night Raw, when The Rock teased this idea of The Rock's going to go out in San Diego. Should The Rock sit in a booth? Should The Rock sit at the bar? Or should The Rock sit at the head of the table? That's a tease for WrestleMania 41. Not this year. All of a sudden, right before the Rumble happens, Brock Lesnar's gone. Brock Lesnar's out. So because the original plan was Brock Lesnar to fight Gunther for the IC title. CM Punk gets hurt because CM Punk was supposed to win the chamber match and face Rollins.
Oh.
So
okay.
So then The Rock kind of inserted himself, and instead of really just kind of talk to Nick Khan, is like, "Hey Nick, I'm ready now. I'm ready. I'm ready to make this happen." And Nick's like, "We've already put Cody as the Rumble winner.
That's what happened.
I got this. Now this could have all been solved if The Rock came into the Rumble at number 30, dropped 2 guys over the top rope. We're not having this discussion. The Rock didn't want to work Rumble. So then he inserts himself, and now, to his credit, The Rock has been doing a lot of good work trying to rework the major plot holes. The only problem is no one else has said a word in relation to what The Rock is saying. So that's, and I am not a fan of The Rock at all, as my video on Friday will show. The Rock is a bitch.
I was about to say, I think just below your name kind of says it too. Can anybody actually confirm what I saw a few days ago, real quick? It has nothing to do with The Rock. It has to do with, like, is this actually a thing?
No, Brock. No. Brock was never taken off the roster.
Okay,
So
so this is just people jumping to conclusions.
correct.
Okay,
Correct.
because I haven't had a
Okay.
chance to even look into it, and I'm like, what?
Right. So, but Lesnar has been removed from the cover of 2K24. As Ryan stated, he has been removed from the intro on Raw, and until all this Vince McMahon stuff is
Mm-hmm.
squared away, and if Brock is cleared of any allegations, yes, sir.
How did he get included in all that?
Because in Janelle Grant's deposition, she mentioned that Vince trafficked her to a former WWE champion who was also a former UFC champion. Now there's only
Damn,
two.
that's specific. Okay.
Now there's only two people that fit that title: Brock Lesnar and Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, I don't think Rhonda's
Wow.
munching on the carpet.
No.
It's not about that. Nope.
Caucasian Sasquatch says weak beard energy. Ryan wins. Well, I mean, I'm kind of the only one who really has like a beard, but
I didn't get a chance to cook, man. I didn't get a chance to cook yet.
yeah.
Okay, so
Also, I did see this. This is coming from the same kind of sources about Brock Lesnar. You can try to do a movement and bring him back to WWE all you want. Is if there are allegations against him, you might as well be scraping your face against a cheese grater. So,
Yeah,
Out the way.
Nick Khan, and Ari Emanuel, who are the folks in charge. What was it? Ari Emanuel owns the WWE. Nick Khan is the president of the WWE. They're all about them. They're all about the money. If there's anything that could be a detriment, they're
Yes.
not going to have.
It ain't happening. It ain't happening.
it ain't happening because as an active kind of like legal proceeding, yeah, I don't buy it. Tits and ray guns, haven't seen you in a little bit, but maybe even since the last show.
Right.
So maybe your Wednesdays are a little more free. What in the wide world of sports is going on? A wide world of sports. We just talk about wrestling. There's a little wrestling going on.
Wrestling.
Okay, so Ego, what did you want to know about Rhea and Miss Lynch?
I've been hearing thoughts that they're actually going to have Becky Lynch put Rhea Ripley over, and that she's going to be a face,
Yes.
which I would love to see. That is
Yes.
awesome. I mean, she's got
Rhea-
that. She's got a lot of charisma. I love it.
Okay, Rhea is going to turn face. This is because
Yeah.
the seeds have already started, and Becky Lynch is that last mountain that Rhea needs to climb to go over into super duper stardom.
I dig it.
Just says, what are we smacking tonight?
Smacking it down.
Smacking it down.
So
I didn't expect that comment.
And this is something that I talked about in a previous video with all the Liv stands out there who want Liv to be included in this in a triple threat match. And I'm like,
no.
and I'm a big Liv fan. I love Liv Morgan, but this is not what's best for Liv, because if you watch the last episode of Raw, Liv is turning heel. Liv is going to become a heel.
The fuck, man.
I mean,
doing
mommy they call her mommy for nothing, man.
Right. So,
yeah.
and this story going into WrestleMania, it's not about Liv, it's not about Becky, it's about Rhea. It's Rhea getting pushed to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And especially since come January, when Raw goes to Netflix and SmackDown goes and SmackDown goes to USA Network. That happens in October. You're going to need these networks here want their own champions, which is why you have the brand split. It's TV rights. So so Cody wins. Let's just say, even though we more likely going to happen, Cody wins. Cody at this point will go to SmackDown because that's where that title is. At some point, they're going to have a WWE draft, and Cody will and Cody and whoever the women's champion is will go to Raw, and Rhea and whoever the men's world heavyweight champion will go to SmackDown because let's say it's Drew, and Drew holds the belt for a while. Drew is not a big enough name to carry a network. Drew and Rhea are.
I think I think that'd be a good, pretty good card there. Yeah.
Whereas Cody can carry a brand by himself as of right now.
Damn, man, y'all killing me with the Rock hate, dude. Y'all remember he's one of the biggest things to ever come from WWE.
Okay, here it is for all you Rock gobblers here.
Good Lord.
And Trish, you were right. That was cringy as hell. So here's a quick impression of all the Rock gobblers here. Okay, here we go. Oh, Rock, you're so great. You're so amazing. Oh, yes, Rock. Give me one.
It's Wednesday, man.
Rock.
What in the hell are you doing?
Wow.
Oh my God! You know what? Wow. I don't think you get to give Shadow any more crap.
Hey, that is all of you Rock fans out there.
Even Anna's like JV, Revenge like what the fuck? Trist's Joker, that sounds like something else, not a Rock impersonation.
No. A Rock fan impression. All the Rock gobblers out there.
I don't think that's a name. I don't think that's a name that's going to catch on.
Well,
Tits and Ray Gun says Dwayne Johnson will always be the gay guy with the red bat from Be Cool. I honestly never saw that movie. Never saw that movie.
Yeah.
So
weird.
Yeah.
Which I go into the Rock's box office status in my Friday video. Oh yeah, most electrifying man, not even close.
I think the Attitude Era would like a word with you, but okay.
I don't. Oh, whoa! The Attitude Era? No. I think you mean the antiquated era, the antique era. That was a generation ago.
I know. I'm from that generation.
So am I.
Right.
And it's still the best.
And it's time to move on.
Never, ever.
Thank you.
Now, in this WrestleMania here will probably be the defining point of the post-Vince era. Some folks have called it some folks have called it the Renaissance era, and you can talk about the Attitude Era all you like. The talent roster that you had then and the storylines you were telling back then would not get you a $5 billion Netflix deal. Wouldn't do it.
No, of course not. Of course, they didn't need Netflix back then, and Netflix didn't exist.
Exactly.
Look, I completely get it, right? Look, I sound like a damn dinosaur, and I completely understand that. I will never be as interested in wrestling today. I think that even though everything has been massively screwed up, and I do agree that everything's been massively screwed up, right? I think that what they're turning it into is still a lot of fun, though. I think it's. I think they're. I think they're going to turn it around, right? Look, it was a massive swing and a miss. Like it was like you almost drove it off the cliff. But I think between
that was the PG era and the Thunderdome era, back when you had no fans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm talking about
rough.
the whole Roman Rock Cody thing. Like, I think they're turning it around though, like
Well, they
because,
have to, right?
and I think this is. I honestly think that what's going on now is showing the fingerprints of Triple H and The Rock working together, be like going, all right, this shit got fucked up. It's fucked up. We got to fix it. We got to fix it now. Because and I just saw in the comments too, like because I watched the last Friday Night SmackDown, right, where it ended, because everybody's like, you're gonna end it there? Like everybody was craving more.
Yes.
So
yes. And it's and it's because that was a 24-minute segment, of which 18 of it was entrances.
Yeah.
If you've seen one Roman Reigns entrance, you've seen them all.
Yeah,
and
none of them have a short entrance, right?
No, well, and even still,
not even Cody's entrance is short.
Well, and even then, Seth came in to Cody's music. Seth did not even get his own entrance.
Uh-huh.
And in the previous week, when Rock and Roman on a 120-minute show, which is actually 90 minutes, when you take out all the ad time, they ran a 40-minute promo. 40 minutes. That went 10 minutes over. So you had storylines, promos, matches for people trying to get a path to WrestleMania that either got shortened or got completely scrubbed. And this is all to cater to The Rock. Fuck The Rock.
I don't think it's
all
sound
like a DBZ episode.
I don't think it's all to cater to The Rock. You got to show me evidence for that one, dude. Like you can talk about, like they all have long entrances. Is that to cater to Cody Rhodes too?
Cody Rhodes was 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Okay, well, I mean, Rock
was 7.
Yes, he has a very long entrance, and quite frankly, I made fun of the Undertaker when he had a 6-minute entrance. So I don't like long entrances. I'm completely with you on that one. But I don't think at this point we can blame The Rock for everything, because now they're trying to fix it, and it's going to actively take them all to fix it, right?
And
I mean, Revenge, you can think JV's right. It doesn't make him right. I mean, it's all opinions here unless we have actual evidence.
And my take is this. Okay, so The Rock has taken to social media to kind of fill in the gaps. Okay, fine. Been doing great promos there. But again, The Rock says the same sentence 5 different times. Ryan Legion, here's The Rock. I'm going to talk to you right now. Ryan Legion, where The Rock is talking, he's going to give you the gospel. This is the gospel, Ryan Legion. Are you listening? Ryan Legion, The Rock is about to spit the gospel on you. Holy Rock.
I haven't watched the ones on his Twitter. So I mean, but no, you're right. He has repeated stuff, right? I think he's trying to come off. Well, not come off. I think he's coming off and on purpose at this point. He's trying to be over the top. So because people, he's trying to piss people off, right? Because even when he still comes out to this point, they know he's a heel, and he still gives this massive pop, and it's like, I think he's trying to.
So does Rhea, right?
Yeah,
you can hate him.
I think he's trying to turn it around and be just obnoxious at this point, and
that's fine.
And trust me, I get it. It is obnoxious. I want to see more action out of this situation. The slap was great, but it could have been done at the end of like an 11-minute thing, right? You know,
it just seems like everything leading up to WrestleMania is playing second fiddle to especially this tag team match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even the championship matches. I mean, Drew McIntyre, who has just been spitting gold of late.
Yes, he has.
Oh, just like has been doing promos that I have not heard since the pipe bombs from Punk,
Mm-hmm.
where he is dropping truth in there, and he is saying, Seth, you're so concerned about The Rock and the bloodline, you're not focused on me, and you have a championship match against me. You're not wrong.
Yeah, the second night. I mean, it's already there. So I don't know what.
And I mean, and even to a point. I mean, as of right now, people with no path to WrestleMania, Bianca Belair, right now has no path to WrestleMania. You're talking one of the biggest baby faces this company has. She's been in the last 3 the WrestleManias, all for a title, has won all 3, and she has no path there as of right now, unless they add him to the Randy Orton Logan Paul match. Kevin Owens has no path. Liv has no path. Tiffany Stratton, who they have just strapped a rocket onto her back, has no path. So you've got 3 weeks after this SmackDown, 3 weeks to try and build something out of nothing, and even to the point to where you have the Women's Royal Rumble, the winner, Bayley, in a championship match, and it's an afterthought.
Yep. Fair. No, it is fair. It's definitely very fair. I don't think they've been doing enough, in my opinion.
Okay,
between Raw and SmackDown, I think they need to. They should have. They can't just cover this all on SmackDown. Like they need to extend it to like Raw and shit too, because like
Raw.
Yeah, it's
Raw is a 3-hour show, which will go 10 to 15 minutes over that block, and there are times on Raw where you can tell they are trying to fill those. They are trying desperately to fill that time. So I wanted to address Trish's thing right here. Does Asuka have a path right now? The women's tag team championship is really irrelevant, and no one cares about it. So is there going to be a championship match? Sure, possibly. I don't know who against.
Yeah, and I've always actually kind of thought that back when Raw became kind of like the super show, I understand why they did it. I feel like they filled the time a lot better, but I remember a time when Raw was just a standard 2 hours, SmackDown was just a standard 2 hours, and they got everything accomplished beautifully. Again, these are older times, I get it, right? But they probably need to bring back the draft to shake it up. And seriously, because I feel like, I feel like, I don't know. I haven't watched Raw in so long, but like a Cody Rhodes interview with who interviewed him?
Michael Cole.
I'm like, couldn't that have been done?
And he's crying at the end. You just validated everything The Rock has been saying. The Rock has been burying you, Cody.
I feel like they could have used that better time and done something with it, right?
Right.
Instead of just like a standard interview where he's sitting down with Michael Cole.
I agree with. I'm sorry. I agree with Revenge of NetherRealm. I love me some Jade Cargill. Like she's my favorite, right?
Okay,
well, she made a huge entrance, right? When she showed up, huge.
Yes. Okay, she has appeared the one time and had a holy shit moment at the Rumble. Now, as of right now, she has been at the Performance Center working her ass off, as she should be, because she wasn't quite where the WWE wants her to be as far as safety goes. So, and this goes into this 6-pack ladder match for the tag team titles. This is an injury waiting to happen.
Agreed.
because the ladders
Agreed.
don't cooperate.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. Not at all.
Trish says real quick, I can't wait to see the Rock's response to Cody being emotional on that interview. I think he needs to do it on social media. I think that'd be a perfect place to respond to that.
Oh God, no. Because
you don't think so?
This Friday in Memphis, Tennessee, when Rock has said we're gonna have a rock concert. So now you're gonna put a guitar in the Rock's hands. He is going to be singing about Cody. He's going to be singing about Cody Crybabies for a good half an hour.
See, and I love me some rock concert, but I don't think it's time for more talk. There needs to be something needs to happen. Cut it in. Okay, say hypothetically, we're going to put a 30-minute block, right? It needs to be cut into, let's say, I'd say 12 minutes, and then Cody comes out and it just they go nuts on each other or something. Something's got to happen.
Okay, I agree with you that there needs to be more talking, but it needs to be from Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because all three of those guys are pulling double duty at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns has not worked 2 nights in a month in over a year.
Yeah, no, he hasn't.
Wow.
And now he's doing back-to-back nights. The people who should be talking are Roman, Cody, and Seth.
Mm-hmm.
Not The Rock.
I would agree with it. I think The Rock needs to be an agitator in the situation, but I don't think he needs to play center stage because unless they're taking this in a very different direction, that after WrestleMania we're going to go.
Again, we don't know.
We don't know.
I mean, this could all be by design. It probably is, and we're not.
You don't think that they're gonna? You don't think they're gonna have Roman carry the title out of WrestleMania, do you?
No.
Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
Because I just saw some numbers to pass Hogan, which again, you're holding for what, 3rd place? Okay, great. That's nothing. You're looking at mid-September. That means he's carrying it through SummerSlam and will probably hold it till Survivor Series.
And SummerSlam is one of the it's one of the bigger pay-per-views. It's a huge cornerstone pay-per-view. It always has been.
There are 4: the Rumble,
yep,
the WrestleMania, Survivor Series, SummerSlam.
Yep.
SummerSlam. Yeah.
That's where all the big events always happen. The Royal Rumble, obviously, because the road to WrestleMania begins and you get the feud. And then, of course, SummerSlam, there's always a major title change. There always has been. And then Survivor Series, I mean, ever since the winner take all and all that kind of stuff, that's a huge staple. And now that they've introduced the War Games aspect to it, that's stepped it up a bit. Now, I personally, in the WrestleMania, I see all but 2 titles dropping. The only people who I see retaining their titles are Rhea and Logan Paul.
Logan Paul over who's he placing?
Randy.
You say he's going to beat Randy Orton at Mania?
Yes.
I say he drops the strap. He drops the strap to Randy, man.
Okay, because of the fact if they add Kevin Owens, it becomes a triple threat match, which means no rules.
Okay, wait. Are you including a triple threat in saying that he'll retain, or you don't know it unless? Okay, so if it's just 1-on-1, if you're telling me it's just those 2, you still think he's going to be straight up?
Yes, because of this. As we saw on Raw, Logan Paul and the WWE have brokered a huge deal, which now WWE rings are going to start to look like UFC rings. There's going to be sponsorships.
They are. Are you serious?
And
Ew. Okay.
And the major one that will be shown at WrestleMania and all PLEs going forward.
Prime.
Yep, Prime. Big old sports.
Logan keeps the title.
Okay, you know what? Logan keeps title. I didn't think about that. That's
I don't necessarily like it, but it is a massive piece of real estate, right? And UFC has done it for a long time. TKO owns UFC and WWE. It was a logical progression.
It only makes sense. This is the next logical step: marketing, licensing.
Well, speaking of logical steps, it only makes sense to make JV's blood boil. So Shadow of Hawk says, howdy, y'all. I know I'm not about WWE, so I'm just leaving a like and a comment for the algorithm. Hail to the panel in the chat. I hope you are doing good. Doing good, man.
Bye.
I know you're taking a little bit of a break from... Is he still taking a break from Twitter?
Don't know. Don't care.
Okay, well... sometimes it's good to step back. I did want to address, though, this. Boo this man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I did come up there for today. There has been some breaking news. Hey, Anime Night. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
So, breaking news today. I came across this. This was on, I believe this was on Triple H's Twix account. Drew McIntyre has finalized his contract with the WWE because that was kind of up in the air and was kind of like, well, why would you give a title to someone if they don't have a contract? And there was a thought of Damian Priest coming in and cashing in, but now that this is set in stone, Drew's taking the title and announced on her Instagram, soon to be returning to the WWE, Alexa Bliss.
I saw that on Twitter. I didn't see the thing off of her Instagram. I saw somebody say that. That's good to hear. I wasn't sure I was going to bring it up because I didn't see a whole lot of sources behind it. So, yeah, that's good.
Interesting.
I
mean, it came from her. So,
yeah, there you go. Account. Well, that's that. If it's her account, then I definitely going to believe that one. Speaking. Since also shout out, apparently Wednesday night's a great night to stream because hold on here. Hold on. Yeah.
Times are changing. Ladies can do stuff now. And you're gonna have to learn how to deal with that.
Wow.
What? Hi, Tyler.
That's my intro.
Hey, what's up, dude?
I hurried over here, and that's how you introduce me? Really?
Come on, that's a great segue. Continuing with the shit segues. What's up, man? How you doing?
that is a part for the course for you. I'm good.
Yes, it is.
I'm over at JT, so I figured I'd hop in here. What do you guys have you talked about why Rock is on
a bitch? Kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
We have covered. It has been covered. Yes.
And now, and this was addressed in the chat. The diarrhea Dwayne, that cringy line.
Okay. That's terrible.
What did Tyler do to y'all? Nothing.
I don't know, dude. I just walked in.
Nothing.
I like Tyler.
I like Tyler too. I think he's a special guy.
Where's the love, you guys? Where's the love?
So
okay, all right, diarrhea Dwayne. Yes,
the diarrhea Dwayne, and The Rock had cut this. This was when Rock had cut this 21-minute promo, and this was when also Rock and Roman did that 40-minute promo on SmackDown. So on Raw, after Seth got buried, absolutely buried, he comes up with diarrhea Dwayne. That's the best the writers could come up with. Well, it makes sense because it was written by Brian Gerwig, who writes all the Rock's storylines. And this is part of that Vince McMahon toilet humor that needs to be eradicated.
Yeah, I didn't care for I think diarrhea Dwayne is kind of lame. I think it could have been better. When he called him Mr. Midlife Crisis, I thought that was funny.
That's hilarious.
That was really funny.
Now, I would have gone with I would have gone with something like when, Seth Rollins, The Rock, the most entertaining man in sports and entertainment, the greatest Hollywood star of all time. Really? Tell us about the box office for Black Adam, Rock.
We don't talk about that one. we don't talk unless it's like at the Fast and the Furious. I mean,
Well, Hobbs and Shaw barely broke even. It made
That was a good movie, though.
It profited.
I have to be honest, I haven't seen that one either. I
You know,
haven't seen that
all
offshoot.
those Fast and Furious, they
I
just really
kinda
blend
like it.
together.
I'm really behind on all of them, so I
Fast
don't
7
know.
and Hobbs and Shaw, but I do remember liking.
I dug
Hey,
it. I dig it.
So the only real profitable film The Rock has had in his last five live action films was the Jumanji sequel.
hmm
That's it.
That's fair.
And that's just that's just a fun movie. But Trish says, real quick quote: Vince McMahon, toilet humor. At least Seth wasn't doing that promo on a chick's head.
True story.
I mean, it would have probably done even better if he did, but
Yeah, Vince McMahon's toilet humor had had 2 decades. It had a good
Right.
run.
And it needs to go.
Yeah,
It was that Gen X stuff that it was good for its time.
I'm Gen X stuff, and
Yeah, you need to
I'm tired.
go too.
oh,
Damn.
Wow.
Speaking of gotta go. What's up there, John? Vanquish AZ says all this wrestling talk recently makes me wish I was into it as a kid. For some reason, I never got into it. Oh, hail everyone. Well, hail you, sir. I didn't like it as a kid. I didn't understand it until, again, my dad was watching it one time. It was on a Monday night. It was Raw. We usually watch something else, and I was like, I don't want to watch this. What the heck? What is this? I didn't say what the hell is this, but I was like, what is this? I don't want to watch this. And he's like, and then I sat and I was like, he's like, no, I want to watch it. And it's like, all right, well, he's the boss. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of how I got into it. I sat down and watched it. I'm like, all right, this is a little entertaining. And then
Exactly, Ego. That was peak. That was peak television, right?
the bra and panties matches. Yeah, I can't
It
do that
is.
anymore.
No, I mean, I'll say with Vanquish, I mean, I was into it as a kid and I stopped. I think what made me get into it as an adult was Lucha Underground.
Okay.
Because it's like,
Okay.
I back when I would see it, like Rey Mysterio and I would say Rey Mysterio and Shawn Michaels are my favorite wrestlers of all time. So when Rey Mysterio was jumping around doing all these flips and shit in WCW, I'm like, who is this guy? And then, it fell off. And when I started watching Lucha and everybody can do that, Vanquish, if you ever get a chance to watch Lucha Underground, I think you would like it from the adult perspective of like all the stuff that you see this high flying one person does, everybody can do it. And it actually made me more excited to actually want to watch more wrestling as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been watching this stuff since WrestleMania 1.
Jesus.
Dang, you're so old.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I started watching when it was like the NWO and like the Wolf Pack when you had
the Monday Night
Raw
Wars.
and Nitro.
The
were
Monday
just-
Night Wars.
You can't miss.
I
Yeah.
love the
Monday
Monday
Night
Night
Wars.
Wars. It was so good.
And then I stopped watching like right about the time that WWE bought out WCW, and didn't really watch it again until like CM Punk and the whole pipe bomb thing. That's when
The pipe bomb was great.
back into it.
Mhm.
So it's probably
They really were. I loved it when they would cut his
Mhm.
microphone off, like too, because he'd like tap it and he'd be like going,
Uh-huh.
and then it became this thing like they had to stop turning his microphone off because like people were like, "What are you doing?"
Uh-huh.
But
the very first pipe bomb to where he just sat in the ring. They knew that he was going to do a segment.
Mhm.
It turned into the most popular shoot ever
Mhm.
because he was not saying WWE storylines. He was literally spitting the truth
Mhm.
about the wrestling business, and it would.
He was breaking the fourth wall too, which is
Big
a
time.
huge no. And still to this day, one of my favorite things is when he's sitting on the Titantron and he's sitting literally it down. And he waves to the camera and he's like, hi to whoever. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I was just like, this motherfucker is just breaking the fourth wall all over the place.
Right. And another thing that we're getting with the Triple H era is the forbidden door is no longer in existence, because under the Vince McMahon,
What's the forbidden door?
How about to ask that too?
You do not.
You can't go to other promotions
and do not
Oh.
you do not acknowledge other promotions either.
Oh,
So
okay.
there was a Raw, not this past Raw, but the one before, where Michael Cole acknowledged the retirement of Sting.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Who was with AEW time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and they've also had, like, I remember like the Royal Rumble, they had a couple of girls from TNA or Impact, and they mentioned
right. They
TNA.
had Jordan Grace this year come in, and then like 5 years ago, the Mickey James came in as the Knockouts champion. So WWE and TNA
After WWE sent her all her stuff in a trash bag.
Kind of, yeah.
That?
Well, Mickey James is also married to Nick Aldis. So there's that.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. Michael Cole may be fighting for his life with Pat McAfee. The Michael Cole is the voice of the WWE. McAfee is there for McAfee is there for his podcast audience.
I feel like Michael Cole was just there to say what Vince McMahon wanted him to say.
Well, now
he was just a parrot.
Now he's kind of now he's under the new regime, the Ari Emanuel, Nick Khan, Triple H. Now there are still some Vince McMahon remnants still around. You still got Bruce Pritchard still there. You still got Michael Hayes.
Michael Cole would say, and it was like, yeah, that was clearly a Vince McMahon. Like, he told him to say that in his ear.
Right. And that was under and for Vince, he built this empire up.
Sure.
And at some point it was no longer about the money. It was about power. That's all it was.
Well, and what a lot of people don't realize too is that during these matches, there are people there's a channel switcher, right? And so like the referee and a lot of people at ringside actually wear an earpiece. And there's a producer behind the scenes that will tell the referee, hey, they need to speed it up because we're getting close to the end here. And so no, it does not surprise me when you said that Michael Cole would probably just parrot something that Vince McMahon said, because legitimately there is a team of producers. Well, it's usually just like a producer and like a couple of guys running the equipment and stuff like that, but like at the same time, but there is a creative behind the scenes. So like for the big shows, you're gonna have a team of these.
It's the big show.
Yeah.
It's the big show.
Now you mentioned that, and I want to bring it back to this whole thing during the Rock's promos things or whatever. The Rock is the boss. The Rock is your boss. The Rock is your boss. The Rock is your boss. Didn't 3 weeks ago Triple H stand in the middle of the ring with Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce and say, I don't care what table you sit. I don't care what table you sit at. All the decisions go through me. Where has Triple H been?
See, that's a great question, because a lot of people have speculated that Triple H and The Rock getting into verbal beef would actually yank The Rock out of the middle of this as much so the other contestants can
shine. Okay.
So I don't understand, because Triple H and The Rock, that's always for decades been great beef. Like, I don't care if they do that. I don't. Well, Triple H can never wrestle again. He's got a heart condition.
You got to keep him in the Cody stuff. You don't want to. I mean, you can do that Triple H thing after.
Well, I mean, talking about the power struggle, they could do a 5-minute fucking thing behind the scenes and be like, going, "I'm tired of your ass coming down here," and Triple H to fucking The Rock, and it's like because the roles are switched. Triple H is a face, The Rock is a heel, and it would be perfect.
So
I don't know.
So as it comes to night one, okay.
Well, yeah, no, Matt, no, it is all work, but at the same time, when I say beef,
It'd be a
I'm
great
putting on
work.
in kayfabe, yes, it would be a beef.
So what's going to happen is, if anyone thinks that Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes are going to win that tag
They're
team
not.
match, and you think that Roman is going to lose on night two, you were sadly
Nah, anyway.
mistaken. Cody Rhodes
Anyway.
is going to eat that pin. He is going to eat it, and The Rock is going to pin him.
Are you talking about night one?
Yes.
Yes.
Night one. So now it'll be
Wait. Repeat that again. What's happening with night one?
Night one is the tag.
Yeah, I got that.
Night one, the tag match is going to close out night one. Cody
Okay.
is going to eat the pin.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he
by
ate the
the
pin.
Rock. By the Rock.
Could be.
So-
I mean, it's a tag match. That I don't
So this now sets up bloodline rules.
Right.
Mhm.
So this is where
Okay.
Triple H could possibly assert his authority by proxy. And who would be the best proxy to show up and help Cody out? For one, you got Randy. Randy is a Triple H guy.
Batista?
Probably not.
Mm.
Too small,
Well-
man. He's too sweet.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if you hear glass shattering.
That's what I was thinking.
Stone Cold. Oh my God, that would be awesome.
Just
Yo.
just
This is like what
enough.
happened when
Yo.
Okay,
Yo.
Okay, now Stone Cold's knees are so jacked up that he's not gonna wrestle. No, but just be enough of a distraction.
Mm-hmm. All you'd have to
And
do is
look at it as
walk
distraction,
down there
though.
with a chair and chase
Sure,
away the
a
Rock and the
chair.
rest. That's it. Like, it wouldn't be that hard.
And
The Rock and Stone, real quick. The Rock and Stone Cold have gone round and round so much that also on top of that too, The Rock is the one who ultimately had the last match with Stone Cold Steve Austin and beat him. Wouldn't that be almost kind of poetic to have Austin come back and foil everything?
Oh my God.
could be now.
Is that, oh my God, good or bad? Because I'm not sure.
That's good. That's good. Oh
Okay,
my God.
okay,
Bro, as much as he said it's antiquated, I hear JV telling me the exact same things that happened in the Attitude Era. That's all I'm saying. As much as you said it was antiquated, it sounds like we're coming back to.
Okay, but-
Tris,
and-
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Either.
I think there's bad blood there, like legit bad blood behind the scenes.
and then this will set up the year-long feud between Roman and The Rock, and you're going to get a split of the bloodline because as we talked on the last show, WWE just signed Tama Tonga, who is the son of Haku, who is by just association part of the bloodline. There is still Jacob Fatu, who is coming to the end of his contract, I believe, with New Japan,
Japan.
who is a brother of
And the best wrestler of all of them, Nia Jax.
Okay, stop.
You got jokes, right? You got jokes.
She's the best wrestler in WWE. What are you guys talking about?
So
yeah, no revenge. I don't think they are either.
And so this will culminate in the match that was originally supposed to be, that was originally teased at day one for WrestleMania 41, which is almost pretty much confirmed is going to be in Minneapolis next year. I just learned that last night.
Cool.
Will be the Rock Roman for the title of head of the table when you don't have a title on the line, because that match you don't need a title for people to get invested into that match.
Do you think one of them would have the title by then, though?
No.
No.
Nope.
You think Cody keeps it?
It's by itself.
Okay.
So now this brings up an interesting question that I wanted to ask you guys. We have been seeing historically long title reigns.
Yes.
Historically long.
Too long.
So you've got Roman, which is coming up on 1,300 days. You've got
Jeez.
Gunther. You have Gunther, who by the time the WrestleMania hits will be around 700 days. You have Rhea, who is coming up on a year, and still quietly under the radar. You have Io Sky at 10 months. Where do you so I personally I do not want to go back to the Attitude and the Ruthless aggression model where it was just a revolving door and folks are just racking up title reigns. No.
Yeah, it needs to be a healthy balance, right? So let's go with, and again, nobody knows here, but we're gonna heavily lean towards the fact that Cody Rhodes is gonna win. I think a solid 6 months would probably be pretty good.
Cody is gonna hold. Okay, Cody will hold that title going well into the Netflix changeover.
When is the Netflix changeover?
January 1st.
Oh, then yes, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so
I bet Cody loses that belt to The Rock on the first Raw on Netflix.
They don't
I would probably
give us Sasha Banks
imagine.
treatment.
I'd probably imagine Royal Rumble.
Rock is staying on SmackDown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I'm thinking the Royal Rumble. Then again, so then maybe he does retain it for a little bit longer because what's after Elimination Chamber, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if he would lose at Elimination Chamber. It might be a full year run. Ryan versus Joker. Joke wins by default. I don't know what that means.
It means
Sorry, I'm in there.
Money on Ryan.
I'm the intercontinental guy anyway. No, I'm joking.
Granted, JV watches this stuff more than I do anymore. I do have a special behind the scenes look, but it doesn't mean that I can give you tidbits about stuff behind the scenes and kind of how things are done. And so I think Cody is becoming massive, right? This is taking him from, in my opinion, I think he's an excellent face, but he's not quite to the status of what's called a super face, right? Of like what Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock. And it's really hard to achieve that. You can be there are levels to super face at the same time, right? So The Rock is like he's a heel right now, and when he comes out, it's still a massive pop, which means he's always going to be.
He's a great heel.
Yeah, he's a great heel, and he can go out there and tell people they suck. And like talk about how Phoenix is full of meth heads and they cheer him for it.
Yeah.
So the thing is that
break up the guitar.
this is elevating Cody because they need a huge name. Again, one of the last big names was John Cena. John Cena, look, you don't have to like John Cena, but John Cena, the one thing that he never did is I wanted to see him become as a super face, become a heel and do what The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin did. And then elevate himself even higher,
which he kind of did on the reality show, total.
Don't say you watch. Oh my God, do you watch this crap?
Well, I have seen segments, and John is just. John is.
He can play an. Look when he first started doing the thugonomics thing. Like he was a great tool bag. No. When he was like, come on, man, like the spinner belt thing, Cena. He sucked. He was so.
Cena.
I did. Cena. I liked bad guy Cena.
I never liked Cena. I never liked The Rock. Never liked him.
You never liked The Rock?
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
not even like.
Kind of calls into question your judgment,
Rich
right?
Pools?
Okay.
Bro,
during that.
Hold on.
You didn't like Hollywood Rock?
Fuck no.
Hollywood Rock.
Fuck no. During that time, it was all about DJ. Generation X, in particular, the New Age Outlaws. I love them.
Okay.
And then the Hardy Boys.
Oh, I like the Hard.
That's not fair. That's completely not fair, man.
I mean,
you
but
can't just say the Hardy Boys and D Generation X with that. Okay.
I mean, I
You
was
still
such a
like The
fan of
Rock,
all.
though.
I was such a fan of all of them, though. Like
I never liked the Rock.
I loved
Never
D
liked
Generation X. Like I loved
You
it
love
when
Undertaker. I mean, they're all
Yeah,
different.
was great.
The Undertaker, Kane,
was
like Stone Cold, The Rock,
You had
like
Cactus Jack and
Cactus Jack,
Dude Love.
like
Even Dude Love. I love that guy. That's
I
stupid.
wasn't around for Dude Love. I was around for the end of Cactus Jack.
Mankind.
I missed Mankind by just that much.
Really?
But I started watching right
The
as
Rock and Sock Connection.
yeah, I rewatched those
That was
after the
great.
fact.
Oh my God! Shut up, Joker. That was great.
Connection.
You shut up.
No, I kind of feel like the chat's turning on you, bro.
I don't care.
But it is funny because Matt did say Joker can't smell what The Rock is cooking.
Because he hasn't cooked because he hasn't cooked in 20 years. So
Man, he was cooking when he did the when he broke out the guitar with the John Cena songs.
That was hilarious.
Every time The
That
Rock shows up, he
hilarious.
cooks. Like because the
Especially when he's
nostalgia,
the bad guy.
nostalgia just flows. And on top of that, trust me, fans my age who remember The Rock turning into a bad guy, I hated it then. But now, as a full-fledged adult, because I was a late teenager by then, I was like, "Why is The Rock a bad guy?" I love it.
So, are you talking about like the was it the Nation?
The Nation of Domination.
now, and
That was before The Rock.
And now
No, he was in the Nation.
Well, yeah, that was before the quote The Rock was born.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He was Rocky Maivia.
Yeah, Rocky Maivia.
Okay.
And then he started referring himself to The Rock. Sorry, go ahead, JV.
So this is coming from a guy who has previously said in this show that The Rock has been doing great work to fix the screw-ups going in. So I can admit when someone is doing something well. I don't have to like them.
Oh, I just didn't know that I didn't know you never liked him.
I was never a fan.
If you could have said Rock without hair, bald Rock, you didn't like him. But I mean, Rock with hair was awesome. I mean,
so I
love all Rock.
Jabroni.
Another
The
thing-
Jabroni be. If you can do that, then you beat me. Do this.
Anyway,
Never do that
as I was saying,
JV is like, I'm leaving.
so I want to mention this. Something else that Paul Levesque, Triple H has been doing well is the class of 2024 for the Hall of Fame. And we just got another one announced today. We got Thunderbolt Patterson, probably inducted by probably more for his overall body of work. We've had Bull Nakano announced. She was the major foil for Alundra Blaze. The Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time. The perfect pick, especially for Philadelphia, Paul Heyman.
yes,
I agree.
Absolutely needs to be there. And then they announced a tag team, which I thought was interesting. They announced the U.S. Express. Who is the U.S. Express? Well, it was the tag team of Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda. Now Barry is already in the Hall of Fame as a member of the Horsemen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you take those last names, DeWindham and Rotunda, you add the name Lawrence in between, and you have Wyndham, Lawrence, Rotunda. I think they're planting a seed for this year to induct Wyndham Lawrence Rotunda, better known as Bray Wyatt.
Oh, Yeah, no, that would be
No,
that would
that's wow.
that should be something that's on the docket because obviously
Yeah.
what
Bray
happened to
Wyatt
him was
was one of
Damn, man.
the most creative WWE
Yes.
superstars of all
He was,
time.
he was
Yeah,
super
I've
over.
never seen him like that. Yeah.
And I would say probably the best promo work.
And
of
he had
all
like
Yes.
three different characters and stuff.
I love
That's what
it.
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was Bray. Then there was the Fiend, and with the Firefly Funhouse. Then he came back and he was just like Uncle Howdy kind of thing, which was really his brother Bo. It was Bo Alice who was playing Uncle Howdy. And I've been watching some of his promos at work and stuff, and some of my co-workers have been watching it as well. And they're like, after watching this guy's promo work, everyone else sucked compared to Bray Wyatt.
See that?
During that time frame, yes, he was very, very good.
Just up with the family and all that stuff.
Yes.
What did he start out at? Husky Harrison is when he first showed up. Husky Harrison,
It was super 90s WWE, whatever it was. Yeah.
NXT, yeah, and then he came up with like Heath Slater and Wade Barrett as the Nexus, as the group the Nexus, and then he went back down and then developed like this backwater,
Cajun.
That was crazy.
Cajun cult leader and just took over the world.
Yeah. When he would come out with the lantern, like, and everybody would turn their cell phone lights on, that was fucking incredible. That was probably one of the best entrances I had seen since probably what they did with the Kane.
Okay.
Kane's entrance has always been an atmosphere. It's like the Undertaker. It's creepy. It's kind of exciting. You're not sure what it is. Like, no. Look, I've always loved The Rock's entrance, but it's always been very exciting. It's always very, very pop. Stone Cold's has always been very pop. And I love Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think Triple H is has always been very atmospheric. And I think those are, but yeah. So no, it was incredible entrance.
And Bray kind of took the torch from Taker as like this mystical kind of character kind of thing. And I honestly don't think we are going to see anything like that for a very, very long time, because that was such that was such an actualized character, and especially in his later promo runs when he would end everything with "You should run." Goosebumps every time. And it's such a shame that his last match was so shitty. It was an absolutely horrible match. It was that Mountain Dew pitch black match against
Cinematic.
That was terrible.
LA Knight.
That
was the last match.
I don't think I saw that, but as somebody who wants to comment on gimmicks in wrestling, when I was training at NXT, they were very actively against gimmicks in wrestling at that time. They wanted it to seem more real, more personable, more and I was like, what? Like, because again, still, I'm this person who was embodied by the Attitude Era. That gimmicks is what it did because it was like these weren't normal people on the streets, right? And they were trying to compete with UFC at the time, and I'm like, I even told, because my character of Legion was a gimmick. It's what I always wanted to portray. And then, of course, in kind of like my crowning match, we were not the main event, and we sold the shit out of it so well with a gimmick and kind of like something that was more gimmick-ish, right? as the anti-American, you know, kind of because the guy that you know, good friend of mine, he came from Bermuda to be there too. So I had this gimmick, and he had like this kind of half gimmick, and we blew the roof off the place. And the main event got upstaged, huh?
What year is this?
2014, like 14,
so
like 15ish.
So was this still called FCW?
It was right. So my final match was right after the transitions to NXT. Right. Okay. So I started as FCW, and then the final training cycle and all that kind of stuff, and the final match was very NXT. It still had FCW kind of like posters and stuff like that, you know, of like different people who had come from there. But the ring was all NXT. It was like, you know, it was like NXT this, NXT that. And so Revenge says the problem was that most of the gimmicks were too gimmicky and not organic, though Legion does sound like a legit kind of gimmick.
Yeah, there were a lot of those gimmicks like the plumber and the
so like
and all that stuff. That was just you just had a profession and then you turn him into a wrestler. That was
right. Okay, so
probably when I hear gimmicks, you know.
So probably one of the most famous and infamous gimmicks of WWF would be Doink the Clown. It was played by multiple people.
Yeah.
It was just lame, but also at the same time, it's iconic because if you say, "Oh yeah, Doink the Clown," people are like going, "I remember that crap. It sucked." Yeah. But at the same time, it's kind of awesome now because I remember it.
That was the low point, and then they turned it around pretty quick with
So and then of course you kind of have like the biggest gimmicks ever in The Undertaker, The Rock, Kane, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like these are you know, and so. But the reason they were telling us at the time, like, oh well, you have to do a headlock like this, you have to clasp your hands like this because it needs to look more like UFC, and it's like people aren't watching WWE for UFC. The irony now that TKO owns both.
Yeah,
Endeavor owns both.
Yeah, Endeavor. Thank you. Yeah, it's Now I always think of TKO or whatever.
Now it's interesting that now this is actually a good little segue because this is kind of where this week I wanted to start the show, but we're actually gonna probably end it here. As far as the training goes and how everything needs to look the same and you know the whatnot, there was someone in the WWE made the social media rounds at a house show. That would be Maxine Dupree, who has been a valet for Chad Gable and Otis, and she was at a house show against Nia Jax, and as she is leaving the ring, a fan says, "You suck, don't come back." And this caused an absolute firestorm of the backlash from the women's locker room, especially with Rhea started off going, I hope folks at your job boo you as well publicly. You had Jade Cargill weigh in, you had Becky Lynch weigh in, you had Dr. Britt Baker from AEWAN, saying that this fan was out of line for saying this. So the question is, was this fan out of line? And if so,
no.
Where is that line?
They say much worse things to
it wasn't that
all the time.
It wasn't that.
It wasn't that line. That wasn't line at all.
So my initial thought,
terrible things at the male wrestlers.
Right. So my thought was, okay, you ladies have obviously never been to a Yankee game because Yankee fans
any sporting event
will boo their own team. You're a bum. You're a fucking bum. And
fuck you. Like, I
So-
hope you,
so-
just
No, that's
So-
dumb. He wasn't out of line. I mean,
Right,
if you
so-
like hit him or threw something at him, then
Right.
he'd be out of line.
well, they used to throw shit in the ring if
But-
they didn't like it. They'd throw their like trash, like
Throw batteries at him and stuff.
Now,
I
Wild.
don't think I ever saw batteries, but sure. I mean,
Now,
you know,
I mean,
like
probably.
fan-
fans at games did that.
now,
Oh,
I
Oh,
agree.
okay.
Now, and I agree because these fans are paying the money to see a product.
Yeah.
And if the product is not good, this is the only way that you can voice your satisfaction with the product, provided you stay within the bounds. There was nothing sexual said. There was no threat of violence. There was no
Yeah.
shaming of her. It was just, you suck. Don't come.
It was
back.
one dude. It was one dude.
Also, on top of that, too, like whenever I remember like watching wrestling, and you could hear it on like the live, like televised shows. The last one being with AJ Lee and Kane, and then one with like Trish Stratus and Kane. Like you hear a fan yell from the audience on the live television show, "Impregnator!" And it's like, okay, well, he's talking about grape right there, like just
Right.
straight up grape. Like,
Right.
but he bought a ticket. He can say whatever the fuck he wants. Unless he hops the barrier and decides to assault somebody, which yes, has happened, but the cops and security are on them like that, and they're arrested and they're gone.
And don't they teach you that in like NXT how to deal with rowdy
Right.
fans and stuff like that?
There's also this. And this is Maxine Dupree is a very beautiful young gal. She's 26. And if she wants to continue this, there is a lot of time for her. She's not very good right now.
She's not
That's
ready
the
yet.
problem.
She's just not there yet. She'll get
And-
there.
That's
Isn't Rhea Ripley been wrestling since she's like 15 though?
correct. However,
Right.
there are exceptions. There are exceptions like Miss Stratton, who has been doing this for less than 3 years, and she's this good already. She just has it. Maxine doesn't have it. She's very awkward in the ring. She looks lost in the ring, and this is the fault of Triple H, because
That is his fault.
if Triple H wants to keep putting her on TV, she needs to be a valet, and then 3 days a week she's back in Florida at the Performance Center
Yes.
training,
Hmm.
because their first priority, the WWE's first priority, is the safety of their talent. Maxine has botched major moves that could potentially hurt people.
somebody.
End somebody's career, and I'll tell you what,
People get paralyzed in the ring. I mean,
yes,
Yes.
I've made my fair share of mistakes, and one that I will never forget. Right, I never came close to actually severely hurting somebody or ending their career. I botched a move during practice. You guys know who Ricardo Rodriguez is? Yeah.
You mentioned this last week.
Yeah.
Last week.
Well, these two guys weren't here.
he married
screwed-
Lucy, right?
I screwed up, and I popped him in the face, going for a clothesline because I did all up, and he's like, "You get one," and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "And this is no joke." He's like, "Look."
Fair enough.
He's like, "We all make mistakes," and he's like, "I'm not mad about it, dude." He's like, "It's what happens when we're here. You get one. If you do it again," he's like, "I'm going to pop you back." And I said, "Got it. That's fair.
Got it.
That's fair."
Lesson learned, right?
Yes,
Right.
because look,
So-
everybody's got to learn, but if you start hurting people, you're a problem.
Look, and she was doing a house match against Nia Jax, right?
Yes.
So I'm saying how bad it's got to be bad if people say you suck wrestling Nia Jax. As many,
Right.
as many people,
Somebody's
she's
somebody's gonna
almost
box
hurt.
up
Like
that match.
Well, yeah.
right.
Well, yeah. And
Good Lord.
and
Yeah, he's-
and I said this on our last show. Nia Jax has done a lot of work to get technically to better in the ring where she doesn't hurt people. Because
okay.
a lot of
Well,
folks
that's good.
because a lot of folks did not want to work Not with her.
I don't think
Well, that's
anybody else
speci-
would have got as many shots as she would have if.
We'll also look at Goldberg.
Fair.
Look at Goldberg's record in WCW. He comes close to hurting people and screwing up numerous times. And they actually, it
because they were
is
all
on.
squash matches too. They were like all squash matches.
Yeah, no, I know, but again, it doesn't matter. Like, so when he came to WWE, they're like going, "You're going to learn how to wrestle legitimately. We're going to sign off on it, and then we'll put you on TV."
Yeah.
Mm.
And the second,
he still hurt people. Didn't he hurt like the
and the
Undertaker or something like that?
I think he hurt Brock, and Brock was like,
Was it Brock? Okay.
I think that there was a
It was one of
botch,
those
yeah.
Saudi Arabia matches.
But yeah, no, it was one of those things that it was a big. It came out after the fact because again, the first person that Goldberg went after was The Rock, and The Rock was still a massive in-house name. He had only done 2 movies at the time and came back, and so yeah, it was no, it's but it came out later. They forced him. They said you're either going to learn how to wrestle the right way, or you're no.
and then also the second priority that the WWE has is to their customers.
Yeah.
You have
Agreed.
to put on a good show because again, this is live show. There is no cut. There is no second take. You get one shot at this, and we have all seen a botched move here and there on live TV. It happens. It's going to happen. But the frequency of it is to at least be able to sell it because what was it? Just this past week on SmackDown, Tiffany Stratton was going for her the moonsault, missed a step, and then had to restart the whole thing. And I'm like, okay, fine. At least she knew enough to go, okay, I can't complete it. Let me restart so I don't put someone in a position to get hurt.
Mhm.
Agreed.
So,
Yeah.
so this fan did nothing wrong, and all of the as what was it? There's a channel I've been watching, JD from New York, as he calls them, the soft white knight woke wrestling fans are jumping in going, "Oh, he should have never said that to her. How disgraceful." Fuck you.
Well, ironically, it's also
Women
the
got emotional. Is that
it's
what you're
also
telling
the
me?
same people too that like
Mhm.
I watched after The Rock called Cody Rhodes a mistake, and they're like going, The Rock should have never said anything about Cody's family. I'm like, it's a television show.
Also,
It's TV.
but also somebody pointed it out that the Rock's daughters are 20 years apart.
Yes, it did. See,
Oh, really?
and that's funny. That's funny. But there were literal people, and I'm just like, and one lady in particular that I saw. If you go to her timeline, it talk about I'm a mom and a wrestling fan. It's like nothing but it's like Cody Rhodes retweets, Cody Rhodes retweets, Cody Rhodes retweets, and I'm like,
That's a crazy person.
you're the wrestling equivalent of a modern day Disney Star Wars fan, aren't you?
You're kind of a show, right?
Yeah, and it's like
That-
you put the phone down, put down.
And as long as fans can understand that this is a show, and we have a right to criticize everything. So it's just like what Ryan said, a Marvel shill or a Disney show. Oh, WWE can do no wrong. Oh, fuck off.
Yeah,
They make mistakes all the time. They're humans.
all the time.
I mean, as much as I am enjoying what Triple H has started to cook for this new era, he has still made some screw ups. I mean,
Mhm.
the fact that your marquee stars are the males, and yet your last 3 premium live events with multiple participants, the women have outperformed the men 3 times in a row.
Fair point.
Yeah,
Speaking of, you guys may have already talked about that Mercedes Monet and AEW.
Which was her debut tonight on AEW, and good for them. Good for them. She is going to revolutionize that women's division.
They need something over there, man.
And some folks have. There were some again the tribalism amongst the wrestling fans. There are AEW fans, and then there are WWE fans. I'm a fan of pro wrestling.
Yeah.
So now I don't have access to watch AEW at my home, so I don't get a chance to watch it as much. But I know that Sasha Banks or the Mercedes Moné is going to completely change the landscape of the women's division for AEW, and they need it to. Whether I like her,
Jade left. I mean, there's just like nobody there.
Whether I like her or not, because I'm not a fan of. I was never a big Sasha Banks fan.
Did you ever see like her ass though?
Ironically, I was more of a fan of Sasha Banks than I was of Bianca Belair, because
B is amazing. B is amazing.
I'm not saying she has not turned
Yeah.
into something amazing. I'm gonna say it again, and I'm gonna say it for probably the 1 millionth time. Cut your motherfucking hair, because quite frankly, people need to drag you around the ring with that. It was literally something that they taught at NXT when I was there. They're like, oh, if you're gonna have long hair, somebody's gonna pull on that shit and fuck you up.
Yeah.
Well, and then
and when she starts whipping people, well, this is.
I like that shit. That's hilarious.
No, it's stupid. It's nonsensical. Like you catch a strand of that hair, I'm gonna yank your neck so far off your face, like that. You're like that's how it should work. All right, I'm done.
So as I was saying, just to kind of, I guess we can kind of start wrapping this up. But yeah, so and Tony Khan, which no relation to Nick Khan, Tony Khan has FU cash. I mean, his dad owns the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
So he has got the money to throw around, and he took a shot to get a huge free agent. Good for him. And a lot of the AEW fans, because Sasha said, I will eventually be back in the WWE. Of course she is. That's where it all started. That's where she will eventually end her career. This happens in the wrestling world all the time.
Yeah.
The goal, as much as folks love AEW, the goal is to get to the WWE. That is the biggest spotlight.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And if you have a chance to end your career there, you're going to do it.
I think they had a chance to be, up on that level. AEW did, and it just didn't work out.
I don't know what fell off, because I've seen so many clips lately that I'm like, what in the hell?
I think they have too many creative people and not enough. Too many cooks in the kitchen. We got the Young Bucks making decisions, and
they've actually got the problem is you've got there are two things that make wrestling shows go: creative and cash. Cash to get the talent. The creative is what is suffering from AEW.
Yes.
Because
he's got the money. Because money was never an option, or never a problem.
Because the matches are banger matches. I mean, these are high impact matches.
There's a lot of jumpy stuff.
Oh no, dude! I saw the one thing where the over the top rope kind of crap, and like this dude,
a lot of jumpy stuff.
Of what I've seen.
I'm just saying, I saw a guy who was like almost Big Show size, and he got like kicked in the face in the center of the ring, and he went and fell out over the ring backwards. And I'm like, what the hell was that?
There's always that. So
way too much.
So we'll be back in 2 weeks to go over to finally maybe give even our predictions for WrestleMania, because we will probably have mostly a confirmed card by that point.
Are we thinking that maybe? Well, yeah, Igor, are you in? Seriously.
In 2 weeks, yeah, I'll be in. Yeah, I'll double check the schedule on there. But yeah, if I got time, I'm definitely in, guys. Especially now that I know that it's gonna be a finalized card because I like doing predictions.
WrestleMania is the first weekend in April.
The 7th? April 7th?
6th and 7th.
Okay.
6th and 7th.
Yeah.
Okay. Tyler, real quick, I didn't notice that. What is the littlebigmovies.com?
That's the
company.
production.
Is that your production company? Dude,
yeah, it's a website for it. Yeah.
Bro, why don't you show that more?
Bury the lead, bro.
I don't know, just started putting it on there. I
You
just put it on
shill
there
it,
because
you shill it and you shill it now with Jack punk ass.
the movie's on Amazon and the link is in that website. So that's why I had it on there.
Well, I'm gonna have to update the links again because yeah, for
That's
Monday
where
Night
I've got
Game
like,
of
the
Thrones
movie trailers and again the link to the rent the movie.
Yeah, so check out. Hold on, I'm gonna make you. You're whoa. Little
He's shy,
Big Movies. He's very shy. LittleBigMovies.com.
I gotta go.
Are you putting that phallic shaped thing near your mouth? Not supposed to do that. All right, so let's go around the horn. We're gonna start with the last to enter, but the first to exit. Tyler the Redbeard.
See, that's a good segue right there. That was a good segue.
Really? Because it kind of sounded a little gay.
Better.
Well, I mean, the rest of them are just absolute dog shit. So that one was
all right. Well, speaking of absolute dog shit,
that's more like it. That's more like it. Yeah, thanks for letting me swing in here at the end and talk about some wrestling.
Squatch says stunning piece of man meat, and love
Thank
it is
you.
very entertained. So,
I'm assuming they're talking about me.
well, yeah, you were highlighted for like, I don't know, a good 20, 30 seconds.
That's right.
All right. And LeftEyeEgo, who's going to be joining us again here very soon. What you got coming up, man?
Dude, my wife and I have our Ordinary Gains podcast at 5 Central this Sunday. Also working on a Dune 2 review coming up soon. So excited about that. But yeah, catch us this Sunday at 5 Central Standard Time for Ordinary Gains. We're going to have some guests on. It's going to be great.
Awesome.
Outstanding. And lastly, and certainly not least, holy crap, I can't believe that I don't actually have, I thought I updated the outro clip. There's no outro clip. So, JV, I'm just going to play your favorite video. So you get to say goodbye.
All righty. So you can catch me Friday with this guy here again for Friday Night's Royal Rumble. I will also be dropping my video on Friday morning, 6 a.m., talking about The Rock came back to the WWE, not because he loves the business, not because he loves professional wrestling. The Rock came back to the WWE because he has nowhere left to go. That's the whole cold hard truth there. Oh yeah, it's true. It's true. It's damn true. But anyway, this is his show. Thank you, chat, for stopping by. You're the life and heart of the show. You're the one that makes this stuff go. And this is the gospel. We're talking gospel here. Right, Legion? Are you listening? The Rock is going to talk gospel. And LeftEyeEgo, the gospel here. Both of you need to listen because we say one thing to end the show, and the thing we end the show with one word, and that one word, if you're listening, is the gospel, because The Rock says toodles.
I'm kidding. I'm not ending on that fucking shit. We're doing this.